Hi guys, a quick preview of the upcoming Wolves game against Southampton. So going to go straight into the team news because we've had a press conference earlier today with the manager, and at the moment, good news, there is no injuries in the squad. We had a bit of a scare last game against Everton. We did see that Menetzi had a problem. He had to come off, he had to be subbed. Apparently he went in at half time, he told some of the staff there he had a bit of an issue. It turns out it's a long-standing issue with his leg, and he's basically come back. He felt a bit of pain. He said he didn't think it was probably wise to continue. They agreed and they subbed him off. And we've been told today that he's actually fine. He's back in training and he's going to be a part of the squad. Whether he starts is anyone's guess. We're not quite sure. But to be honest, you think about his goal, you think about his movement. For me, if he's available and he can start, it'd be definitely great to see him back in the squad. Against Everton, I thought we played really well. I can't really think of anyone that had I think the only person that had a bit of a bad game, but I'm not going to knock him too much, is Strand Larson. And I think he's come back from quite a serious injury. He hasn't really got match fit. He's still playing a little bit like he's got lead in his boots. He's not quite quick enough for me at the moment. We did see that a little bit when he was fit. He wasn't the quickest of players, but he's even slower now coming back from this injury. So I am hoping we do see the best of him. We see him back to his best. He needs to get into a bit more space and move around a little bit. At the moment, for me, he's not doing as much as I want him to do. But I'm sure when he gets a bit fitter, he recovers a little bit more. We'll see him scoring goals again, getting assists and back to his best. But let's see what happens. So firstly, I'm going to talk about what I think the squad should be. I don't think we should change it from the last game against Everton, to be completely honest. I do think that now's the time to really start using our impact subs. We've seen before, Guedes is a really good impact sub. We've also seen Rodrigo Gomez, loads of pace. He can come on and be an impact sub. Southampton, they're at the bottom of the table for a reason. They don't change the way they play, and we've got to try and get some attack and some fast-paced to beat them. We should beat them anyway, where they are in the table. But I think if we are having any issues, these are the kind of players that we can bring on that can really make a difference. So it'd be great to see if we can bring them on as impact subs. I do feel like Nori needs to get a bit more into the game. I think the last few games he hasn't really shown what he's about. I think maybe he's just played too much. He hasn't really had much of a break. We haven't really got a backup left back with us loaning out Hugo Bueno. And at the moment, it doesn't look like he favours Rodrigo Gomez as that left wing back kind of position. We know he can play there. He can also play right wing back. He can play as a winger, Rodrigo Gomez. But I think at the moment, he's not been considered there, and he has been injured. But yeah, Nori for me, he's been flogged to death, played loads of games, and really, I think maybe it's time for him to have a bit of a rest at some point, and then we can see him back to his best. So maybe it is a time to change it up. Maybe it is a time to hit Rodrigo Gomez in on the left-hand side, or play Semedo on the left and Lima on the right, especially against a team like Southampton, where maybe you don't have to be fully at your best to get something out of the game. But yeah, interesting decisions there for the manager. So yeah, as I said before, I would definitely start Sarr in goal. I would start the same back line that we saw with Nori, or as I say, give him a rest, but I don't think he will. I think Victor will play Nori. I think we'll see Agba in the back line there. I think we'll see Doherty. I think we'll see Totti, and I think we'll see Semedo. Same again, you can't change them up. They've been brilliant. Joe Gomez and Andre, unbelievable two midfielders. Under Gary O'Neill, it wasn't quite working. They were kind of too similar. But at the moment, Andre playing a little bit deeper, Gomez being a bit more of a box-to-box, ball-carrying midfielder. It's worked really well. And we saw in the last game, Andre's stats were unbelievable. I think he was the number one player that weekend in the Premier League to have the most amount of recoveries. I think it was like 11 balls he recovered. So yeah, phenomenal stats, phenomenal player, and really lucky to have him at Wolves. So them two definitely in midfield. I think what we'll see again is maybe Bellegarde and Menetzi. They kind of play like more centrally than out wide, so it allows the wing backs to give us a bit more width, and then Larson up top. So that's what I think will happen. Ideally, we need to really make the most of the players that are back here as impact subs. So as I said, bring on a bit of pace. But I think against Southampton, it's a game where we really got to try and get something out of it. And I do think it's a massive opportunity to get that gap between us and Ipswich and Leicester. if we get 3 points there, and they have got hard games, Leicester and Ipswich, so there is a massive chance there to get that nice 9-point gap. And then after that, we've still got a few more easier games. I think we've got West Ham and a few other ones, and they're not been at the best at the moment. They've lost a lot of games, so there's a massive opportunity there to really go up the table. But yeah, hopefully we get 3 points, guys. Like the video, make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Obviously, we've got a new Twitter profile, so follow us on there, on Facebook, and make sure you leave any comments of any thoughts of what's been said. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.